Hey, what's up? My name is Austin, and welcome to How Art Thou? So today we are in. I don't even know what this is anymore. So I'm going to give you some background history on me. So there's a little intro to the page. I haven't been drawing for quite some time, like little doodles here and there. My background is I am a comic book artist and storyboard artist. That's what I'm working towards. So that's primarily what you're going to see here is me working on my storyboards, and this will kind of act as a. Here, I'll start doodling. So this is going to act as like kind of like a visual podcast, I guess. For now, I'm just going to kind of doodle. I was going to do like stuff that was very inspirational, or things that I like, or just we're just going to doodle because yeah, you don't really get often to do that, or if for fun, anyways. Like I'm always thinking of new ideas and stuff, and it just never. I never get any time to just draw things because it's just funny or silly. Um, so yeah, we're in Manga Studio, or what was Manga Studio, Clip Studio Paint Pro. So it's been a while since I've used this program, and I'm still learning it, relearning it, because back when I was like super into drawing and stuff, like I had a pretty decent, like I wasn't the best, like I wasn't like the studio master pro of all the art. I was just kind of like, okay, I can make my way around here and finish what I need to. So what I'm doodling, schnoodling, is a character of mine named Shiloh from a comic book I published back in 2012. Give you an understanding of, I've been doing this a little bit, but I mean, it was self-published, so don't think I'm like, oh, he's so cool. Or do, that's cool too. I don't know. You know what? Think how you like. I this is already going off the rails. You know what? Cut everything. Actually, so yeah, so I had this character, Shiloh. She was from a comic book called, um, wow, I forgot the name of my own comic book. How great is that? Phantom Street. Yeah, so Phantom Street. I don't know why I keep. It looks kind of cute. I don't know. I'll keep it. Shiloh's a cutie. So she is a girl who lives in a Victorian town that becomes infested with ghosts and apparitions. And after her grandmother becomes one of these apparitions, she kind of has to play detective to try to figure out more about these ghosts. Because this thing is everybody can see them, and they're everywhere. They're like rats essentially in the Victorian era. Um, and if you walk into one or bump into one, or like make physical contact, it'll actually age you dramatically. So if you're not careful and you're just like looking at your phone or whatever, you pass through one, you could be aged probably. I think it was like 5 or 10 years. So it's just kind of like a fun little concept, and I've always been a fan of mystery stuff, um, noir thrillers and whatnot. Like I have a comic in the work, or that was in the work. I don't know where it's at anymore. Called Detective Coulon. That was it's based on Irish mythology and noir stuff, and it was a cool concept, but it was very difficult to write because of the um, all the random elements I wanted to be in it. Because it's one of those stories where I didn't make it, like I didn't write it first. I came up with fun ideas that I wanted to use in it first, and then I like was like, okay, let's try to make something cool out of this. Out of all these cool ideas, like he had like a haunted mask, and he became this old, uh, bitter detective guy. You know the story. It honestly wasn't breaking boundaries or anything cool, or it was just kind of like a fun noir thing with weird visuals. Phantom Street went on for, geez, an issue and an eighth. And uh, man, I don't know. It was I almost finished the second issue of Phantom Street, but what happened at that time is I got severe depression and wound up in a mental hospital. It was a bad time, very bad time. And after that, Phantom Street became something weird for me. Like, uh, from the meds I was taking, um, I was having like these weird, almost dreamlike hallucinations, which a lot of people don't know. I think I told a couple of my friends about it, but um, where I was like having like day nightmares. Like I'm like driving my car and it feels like I'm having a nightmare in just life. And yeah, and a lot of them involved Phantom Street because I was so passionate about it. There's a lot of reasons why Phantom Street is close to my heart as far as things I've created. And like all works of art for certain artists, it's hard to revisit for emotional reasons. Um, I would say for me, emotional reasons, and I put so much fluff in it and things that I wanted to do. I'm like, well, if I'm doing the concept, let's just go all out. And I had like, if I made this into a TV show, like back when I had the idea for it, I probably would have had like 70 or 80 episodes written for it. But that's not to say they were good. You know what I mean? Like, because I had like probably, if I wanted to condense it, probably like 20 or 30 great ideas that I wanted to use. But then, of course, I was kind of like oversaturating my own idea. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's weird because it was something that I love so much. Look at this chicken arm. This is look. I mean, what am I doing here? Like, what is this chicken arm? Doesn't that look like a foot of a chicken? Like, Shiloh. All right, I'm gonna. No, I should keep going. I was like, should I just draw something else? I'll just keep going. I have acknowledged that she has a chicken arm. So, anyways, yeah, I wasn't planning on going like this in a intro video, but it just kind of comes out that way, I guess. And that's kind of why I'm looking forward to all this, to this channel. How art thou? I'm gonna be just to let you know what's gonna be on the channel. I'm going to be having friends. I have a lot of friends who are comic book artists, game developers. My girlfriend is a game developer. And, you know, like, plan on having them on, doing, like, stuff where we draw together. I'm going to be working on storyboards for cartoons and animations that I'm working on. I'm currently going to school for that. Um, so I kind of want to do live streams and the such for these ideas that I'm working on. Just to kind of show the process, maybe help drive me in the process, you know, push me to get past myself, because that's one thing I always do is I'll get to a point with a project where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. I love it so much, and I'll just dump it. Um, and that's not good or healthy, because you'll just get to a point where you're just where you overwork yourself on it and you're just like, I don't want to look at this anymore. Like, I've spent too much time and energy on it. Like, no thank you. I'm gonna go play some video games or watch something else. So I'm excited, especially if you are interested in drawing and you just want some advice. I plan on doing chats and other things, and doing reviews. I plan on seeing Teen Titans, which is a video probably coming out soon. And then I'll be kind of talking about what is happening with this fringe. It's been so long since I've drawn Shiloh. Like, I don't even know how to draw her her frills anymore. It's like a V. man, so you'll see more of her again because I plan, like I said, on doing a motion comic this character. If it feels like I'm all over the place in this video, it's because I am. I really am. I'm just kind of doodling and just kind of talking. It's been a long day. Uh, let's just keep going a bit. No, and yeah, I don't know. Just seemed like something fun I want to do. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think there was an original story here that I broke away from again. Um, I have a habit of doing that. I don't know how I still have friends because they've all probably heard the same 10 stories like 30 times out of order and out of sync. And yeah, so storyboards, doing comics. I did comics for 4 years. Oh, I remember. Um, and I just hit a point. I think it was like 2004? No, 2004, 2016? I think it was 2016 Phoenix Comic Con. Um, that con broke me, I remember, because that was the con I realized I wasn't having fun anymore. And when you're doing conventions or just anything of that nature, like where you're traveling and you're like booking appointments for stuff and you're moving around a lot and you got deadlines and it's really horrible when you're not having fun. And that's kind of what I was doing with Comic Con. I was just getting to a point where I was like, "Ooh, what was that?" Oh, all right. I need to take this hair in a little bit. Ah, it's too big. Okay. Like I said, I'm still learning the hardware again. Software. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, because I lost like $400 at that show, which isn't a lot for like people who do like cons and stuff regularly. And but for me, it really hurt my pride. I want to say, just cannot do angles today or arcs. I know there's some kind of like technique to this, and everybody's probably yelling at me through the monitor. Nope. Yeah. Whoop. All right. Cool. Yay. Um. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's it's hard to explain because the con for me, like I have a lot of friends at the cons or people I assume are friends at cons. I love hanging out with the creators. I really don't like going now, or well, I don't like going at all now. But uh, back in the day, I only went if I had a table, just because this is a very loose Shiloh here. I don't know. I've never really drawn her this flimsy before. I don't know. It's been a while. Who knows? I'm talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to you guys, but right now I'm talking to myself. Um, but yeah, because I was all stoked because I was working on issue 2 of Phantom Street, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait um, to just because I really at the time uh, I thought I knew what I was doing as far as like putting out content and trying to get followers. And with my friend Brendan, we started a little company called Mystery Moon Comics, and we try to make that work. The hard part was that I don't think either of us really knew what we were doing. It was fun and we were friends, and or we still are friends, but you know what I mean. Like it was like, this is so much fun, and we're hanging out, we're at comic conventions, and there's cute girls in costumes, and oh man, well, I get to tell people I'm an artist. But we weren't really like making waves in the right areas. Like I had started a YouTube channel back in the day, and it was interviewing local artists. See, I'm all over the place now, as you can see. I've had like 20 some jobs since I was like 16. I don't know. How do you know when you're giving too much information away? I guess when your bank account is empty, I guess. Well, it's already empty, so good luck, guys. Um, but yeah, so we were trying to get that going, and we were interviewing local artists. I had that going. That one ended up going south, just because I think it was mostly me, honestly. Because my type bro, Brendan, was, I think he was trying to keep it fun and realistic, and I was just like, no, we don't have 400 followers right now. Like, it's like, this is going nowhere. We've only been doing this like 6 months, so it's a fraud. It's. And then uh, I think my account got hacked, and I had to uh, delete the channel. Essentially, like, it was just I got hacked by some kind of spam thing. And this is back in the day when that just like, I think it was easier for it to happen back in the day. And we lost all the videos, and then I tried to find the old footage, and it's like corrupted, and it was a bad time. I'm probably gonna try to find some of that old footage and try to salvage it or something. Try to put it up as like an old fashioned. Sorry, I'm burping and stuff. Just had dinner. It's very good. Anyways, what am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's so, I didn't realize how hard it was to draw and talk like this. It was different at conventions because you're kind of just doing chit chat with people while they're waiting. Sometimes they'll wait, sometimes they'll go walk around the floor and let you finish their picture or whatever. And, it was very basic, like, oh, enjoying the con? That's cool. You like Deadpool? And that was the conversation. And I've already lost my train of thought again. I am horrible at this. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing better than some. Her hair's a little longer, but I don't really want to. Her ear is so big. I think I had it covered with hair too. It's probably been a while since I've drawn this character. But she is still near and dear to me. I think I was talking about that looks okay. But yeah, this is gonna be the entire series. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Hold on. Yeah, so I was doing comics, didn't work out, had a bad time, wasn't very fun after a while. Like, I think I did like a Tucson Comic Con. That was a lot of fun, not gonna lie. But then I was doing that with a cosplay wig company. Man, like I said, I am all over the place. Like, literally all over the time. Just all the time. Like, even in life. I had a costume wig company. I was a hairdresser. I was a comic book artist, trying to be a storyboard artist. I'm a mime in my spare time. That's not true. I don't know. Could be true. I don't know. Looks a little better, I guess. That is still too long. Whew, that is still too long. I think I'm going to use this one. Not going to lie. Originally, I was going to cut this one at some point. I was like, this is going nowhere. But, I don't know. We'll just cut it in segments or something. You'll hear more about everything once I actually get started on my storyboards. So, the projects I have coming up, or the things I'm working on, one is called Brass Nebula. It's a working title. I'm not entirely sure if I will change the name, but it's like a sci-fi western, I guess is the best way to describe it, with aliens. Because originally, I guess I could talk about it more on the actual thing, but yeah. So it's a sci-fi western. I kind of wanted to start it off as a short and pitch it later to be a cartoon. Um, but it's just kind of something in the works. This looks like I drew this with Sharpie. This looks ridiculous. Another one is a music video that I am working on, uh, which is kind of based on my relationship with my girlfriend. It's very video game heavy, set to an Anamanaguchi song, which is all chiptune and whatnot. So I'm excited about that one. And then other than that, I'm going to be putting, Phantom Street in a motion comic. Maybe get some voice actors to kind of narrate. Not narrate, I guess that too, but, do voice acting and stuff on it. I'll probably finish issue 2 and some others, and I'll probably get that one cleaned up. And this is also a lie, by the way. Shiloh does not smile. I don't know why I even drew her with a smile. I think I mentioned it looked cute. Shiloh's character, she's very dry. She's a very dry person. She's like 15, and she's the driest human being you've ever met. She has her dad went off to war when she was it's a little more pursed, I guess, than that. Went off to war when she was a kid. Doesn't have a lot of memories of him. And her mom, I'm still making a smile. Why am I? This is the most optimistic Shiloh picture I've ever drawn in my life. And her mom was an alcoholic. And she's very abusive. And the only character up until the beginning of the comic that Shiloh ever enjoyed being around was her grandmother. And of course, the comic starts with her grandmother dying. So that's a bad time. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little better. Maybe bring these a little closer here. And she's kind of torn. Let's see. Right there. Can't even tell. Nah, I don't like that there. So she spent a lot of time in her room just reading, trying to avoid her mom, escape reality. And she got into really dark literature. Not like, oh my gosh, it's dark literature. It's just Edgar Allan Poe. I don't think that was that? When was he? Was he 1700s? 1800s? I don't remember. But stuff to that caliber, like ghost stories, spooky stuff, things about macabre and the occult, and but also she's just an avid learner in general. So she's when it comes to detective stuff, she's the person for the job, because she probably already knows how, sulfur interacts with whatever, but she meets another character later, called Michael, and they become friends. I guess later they become kind of romantically entwined, but not like, oh, will they, won't they? Like, once it gets to the point when they start dating, I always hated on shows and movies, or cartoons especially. It's like in a movie or a show or something, when two characters would be in a relationship, and then they adapt it to a cartoon, and then they're not in a relationship. I think, what did that? Was it the dragon one? What is it? How to Train Your Dragon cartoon? I think they did that, where it's like, oh, they're just friends still. Like, let's go to another time when they're just friends. It's like, but that's not interesting. I want to see these characters, like, I want to see how they interact with each other, like how they compromise, how they, you can have so many more interesting stories with a confident couple than you can just with like the will they won't they love romance thing. Like that's why I hated Valerian, because you think right at the beginning they're gonna be in a couple together, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I know all you about you. You're a playboy," and he's like, "Oh, you don't know me." It's like, what? But like they were just like what? This doesn't even make sense. Like they were just hanging out on like a fictional beach together. Like why the heck would they not be in? Okay. Um, but yeah, so it would be like more of like them dealing with issues like regular relationships, like where you're like solving a ghost murder and, you know, I guess that doesn't happen often. Um, I don't know. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm gonna end the video here. This is that hard to look at? Um, yeah. So there's Shiloh, kinda. I guess this was the intro video. I'm not very good at this, but I plan to get better. So, you know what? Keep watching. Um, yeah, okay. So, yeah, more to come on this channel. I am looking forward to kind of, because I also want to learn from you guys. Like, I don't want to just pretend to be a professional. Like, I want criticism and critique through the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah. All right, I did it. Cool. Um, but but obviously constructive critique. Obviously, don't just tell me this looks like butt, because I know it looks like butt, but it's my butt, and I would prefer it if you guys told me how to. This analogy is not going well. But yeah, I mean, I'm just, yeah, for the record, not claiming to be somebody great, just another artist looking to improve. Definitely get better with my line weights. Like, look at this. It's a mess. This is she's just a Sharpie drawing. I guess that's the best you can do on baby's first recording. So, anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in for this intro video. There's gonna be more to come. Have a great day, and go art. Like, not go art like I'm cheering, but like go do